an entrepreneur, and I've been coming to Egypt for the last, let's say, 6 months. It's my third time here in the last year, and I've been meeting with entrepreneurs and also prospective angel investors both in Cairo and in Alexandria. And I've also had the privilege of, or the benefit of being able to compare what I've seen here with what I've seen in Jordan and Algeria and Tunisia and Morocco and Lebanon. So I have pretty good perspective. Generally speaking, I would have to say that there's a lot of very enthusiastic entrepreneurs here in Egypt looking to start businesses, and I'm very pleased to see that being an entrepreneur has become, let's say, maybe not completely respectable, but more acceptable for people as a career, even though it's still yet to be seen how many of these young folks are going to be successful in what they're doing. Typically in Egypt, as I understand it, the normal path to success, or the so-called way that one should move ahead in their life, is typically working for a larger company or the government. But I'm surprised at the number of young people now who are very keen on starting a business, and with no really easy hope to be successful, because the difficulty here is there's a shortage of funds, and there's also been a shortage of mentorship. There's certainly no shortage of ideas. One of the big differences I've seen here in Egypt versus, let's say, in Jordan, where I just came back from, is Jordan's a country of 5 million, Egypt is 85 million, and in Jordan, every business that I came in contact with, they think globally, not globally, but regionally in terms of MENA. And so Jordan is just a test laboratory for doing a business that they really expect to make their money from in the region, specifically in the Gulf region and also in Egypt. In Egypt, I find most of the businesses I have met are more focused on the Egyptian market because it's so big, and they haven't thought maybe that globally. I think my advice would be that they do think a little bit more globally, even though Egypt is sort of, as we would say, the big gorilla in the region. Nevertheless, it's not necessarily the richest country in terms of resources, and there are opportunities in other countries that I think one has to think about. So I would encourage entrepreneurs to think much more regionally than they have in the past, that they do currently. In terms of investors, I haven't seen enough angel investors here. There are a few. I think I'm in an InnoVentures event right now. I think it's the best event I've seen in a long time, whereby they're trying to combine mentors with investors, with a firm that actually tries to be a catalyst for all of this, called InnoVentures. And it's probably the best attempt I've seen, at least here in Egypt, to try and bring all this together and create something. I think what's needed in Egypt more than anything else, there's a couple of things needed. And I can compare again with Jordan. I mean, I went to Jordan. There's something called Oasis 500. It's run by Oussama Fayyad, who's a very successful Silicon Valley entrepreneur, and he has the full support of King Abdullah in Jordan. And I think this support at very, very high levels in creating this Oasis 500 has been extremely good in terms of getting publicity and getting a lot of people behind it, and a lot of deal flow, and a lot of people looking to put money into deals. I think in Egypt there needs to be something like that here. There needs to be maybe some very strong leader. I mean, you don't have a king here, but you have a president. I know the president is focused on other priorities right now, albeit mostly political. But I think that the future of Egypt very much depends on, I think, a strong leader, including someone at the highest level of government, saying, look, we need to start new businesses in this country because that's going to get us out of our economic problems, which, in other words, create jobs and create greater economic prosperity, and hopefully lead to greater social, political, and economic stability. And so I think this is what's needed. I don't know who that right person is, but I think it needs a little bit of government push and government backing, and it's yet to be seen whether that's going to happen. Regardless, there are a number of interesting institutions here in Egypt that are really moving things forward. Flat 6 Labs is an incubator in Cairo, run by, or it's founded by Ahmed Al-Alfi. He's gotten an enormous amount of publicity, including the U.S. Secretary of State having come and actually visited his place, and he. Probably got the greatest chance of success in terms of being able to produce companies that have that hopefully will get funding and get started. Nevertheless, they haven't really gotten that much up to this point in terms of angel investment activity. They've gotten support from Vodafone, which has been very active in the region in starting new businesses, and I believe that the situation of Flat 6 Labs, with all their publicity and all the efforts they've made, you find them everywhere in the news, they still their companies are in dire need of cash in order to get them going. So I guess probably the biggest need I've seen in Egypt is really just enough cash flowing into these companies. I believe that once there are a few success stories, then I think that a lot of people are going to jump on the wagon and decide they want to be involved. I just came back from Alexandria. I had a meeting with the Alexandria Business Association, and I found there that there's a number of very wealthy Alexandrians who are quite interested in investing in businesses. But I think the biggest challenge facing getting the angel investing community going is just developing confidence that they'll be able to be successful in making some money, and also in these businesses developing. So I think the key here, I think, is get some success stories, get some good publicity, and I'm sure that a lot of wealthy individuals in this country would be quite interested in investing in companies. But it just takes one or two that make it, and I think it's just a matter of time that that's going to happen. In terms of foreign investment, I don't see right now Americans or foreigners investing in Egypt for a couple of reasons. One is there's a perceived reluctance due to the political climate, which I think is more perceived than real. Yes, I mean, you can have some issues regarding what's going on here politically, but I think there's no denial that economically this country is going to improve dramatically. So the other reason is that I think that foreigners are reluctant to invest here because they don't have any partners that they feel confident they can trust, who invest side by side with them and look after their investments and look after the companies and mentor them on a day-to-day basis. I know that's a concern that I would have. So this is a challenge, and I think if somebody starts a vehicle, investment vehicle here in Egypt and other parts of the MENA area that allows